Welcome to the show, guys. Happy Monday. We got an exciting one here for you. We're talking about not one, two, three, or four, or five, but six, count them, six players. We just can't stop drafting. We're addicted to these guys. And on the show, speaking of addictions, a guy who can't stop shaving his head on this Monday morning. Looks like he's freshly shaved for you guys. Tim, a.k.a. the Bald Man. What's happening, Tim?
Not much. What's happening, everybody?
Oh, man, we're so close to fantasy football starting, Tim. I mean, this is kind of like we're on that final on-ramp getting towards the season. I'm excited. It's Monday morning, the 7 a.m. show. If you're new to the channel, guys, smash it, tap it, slap it, hit the thumbs up. We're going to be here every morning, 7 a.m. Well, I will be, Jim and Tim, twice a week. And we got content coming to you every single morning on your commute, on your drive, wherever you are, on the toilet. We're here, Tim. The energy's high, brother. The energy's high.
Keeping you entertained and informed. That's what
Absolutely.
I live for.
That's what it's all about. So today, guys, we are talking about six players we can't stop drafting. I got three. He's got three. I don't agree with one of his. I really just don't. I think it's kind of, I know he's sticking his tongue out for the people in the car. Yeah, man, I just don't agree, Tim, with one of your picks.
You guys are drunk. I'm telling you, everybody is just absolutely stupid if you don't see the value in this guy.
Okay, we'll save him for last. Usually it's save the best for last. In this case, we're saving the worst for last. But in this case, it's entertaining that you stay to the end because the last pick is ridiculous. It's like we're going to have a good laugh at the end.
Yeah,
all
I'm
right.
a sheep, I guess, when it comes to this guy.
Very sheep-says. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys grab the 16-round draft solution. If you're not familiar with it, you get all the sleepers, all the breakouts, all the optimal players to draft in each round, guys. It'll put you light years ahead of the sheep, aka the Sheep-says. Smash below. Use code SMASH to save 20%. And hit the thumbs up, guys. Smash it, tap it, slap it, hit the thumbs up. And drop a comment below. Let me know about a player. Let us know in the comments below. We'll chime in the comments to get it to as many people as we can. Which player can you not stop drafting? Let us know, all right? All right, Tim, let's dive into it. Just a little bit on the news and notes. Nothing really that's really kind of jumped out at me. Pittsburgh Steelers, Russell Wilson, they're saying was clearly the better quarterback during mini camps and organized team activities, in the opinion of Mike DeFabo of The Athletic. I guess where the news is coming from. He took the overwhelming majority of meaningful reps, including on the final day of mandatory minicamp when most of the veterans took off. In addition, DeFabo wrote that Justin Fields doesn't often shine in 7-on-7 situations. So again, to be expected, Russell Wilson outperforming Fields, who came in as a backup, really.
Yeah, I mean, Wilson is the veteran, man. He's been through this a million times already. He knows what to do. He's got it down pat. To me, he is definitely your starter, but you still got to be worried. You just got to be worried, man. I mean, if he starts fumbling just a little bit, and by fumbling, I mean just fumbling, not fumbling.
Not playing well.
Yeah, exactly. If he starts kind of losing it a little bit, then they're just going to call on Fields. It's going to be like that 1-2 punch. If you're not doing well, we're going to throw him in. If he comes in, gets his opportunity and kills it, well, now we're going to ride with him for a few games until he screws up.
Well, it's a good thing because it lights the fire under them, which is really good for fantasy purposes and the receivers that are going to be receiving. So it's going to be good. Fire under them. It keeps the fire in the belly. And this is happening a lot in running back situations as well. Other things in news here real quick. Nothing really that jumps out. Vikings J.J. McCarthy did not take any reps with the first team offense during the club's mandatory minicamp. So J.J. McCarthy looking slow to get into it. We kind of talked about this here with the Vikings and Darnold starting, which again is just a shot to, your top 5 pick and, Justin Jefferson. It's like, dude, I'm not trusting my top 5 fantasy football pick on Sam Darnold. I'm just not doing it. Not doing it.
Not either. Let's put it that way. I don't care if it's JJ or Sam. I'm not doing it, period, either.
I mean, yes, he's great. And some people say, oh, he's quarterback proof, but not really. Because I totally believe that the quarterback makes the wide receiver, honestly.
It definitely helps, man. I mean, let's put it this way. He'll still have a good, safe year no matter what, but he's not going to have that pinnacle.
Yeah, this was a couple of days ago here. I want to make a note of this. Chargers Ladd McConkey looked like a veteran during off-season workouts. And my guy, Ladd McConkey, that's another guy, there's a bonus for you that I can't stop drafting, and showed a good understanding of the scheme and good athleticism during practice, according to QB Justin Herbert. He says he's looking forward to throwing the ball to McConkey all season long. That's my guy, McConkey.
That's amazing that the quarterback would say that right now.
Especially the guy with high draft capital pick. Just, yeah, he's my guy. I got to do it. They always got to promote their guys. Like, with you and I, we just say, hey, if we don't like something about each other, we say, hey, man, I don't like it, which is what we're going to do in this episode. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Be honest.
Hey, when we're going at 80% speed, we're phenomenal together.
Yeah, that's it. So you just got to be honest. That's what we do here. So other than that, man, nothing really that jumps out in the news unless anything breaks from the time of this recording to when you guys hear it. And so if that's the case, we'll get to it tomorrow. So let's dive into this. 6 players, Tim, that we just cannot stop drafting. Ready to dive in.
Can't get enough.
Now, this is crazy, Tim, because we got the Fantasy Sports Summit. If you guys aren't aware, we're doing a virtual summit. It's all online, August 21st. And pretty much our headliner is Kyren Williams. And I'm not trying to take anything away from Kyren Williams. I love the guy. I think he's great. What he did in 12 games was absolutely phenomenal. 12 rushing touchdowns. The amount of stuff he did in that short period of time, a guy that was completely off everybody's radar last year, comes in, tears it up. But now they brought in Blake Corum. And what I was hearing is that the Rams specifically said they brought him to take the pressure off Kyren Williams. And Blake Corum is absolutely no slouch. Workhorse in college, beast, one of the top running back prospects coming in, drafted relatively high draft capital by the Rams. Dude, this guy is really good. And I've been hearing reports in camp he's been impressing. So how I've been drafting is I've got my workhorse guys, the guys that are like early, my Bajans and guys like that, I'm drafting early. And then I'm getting this guy later. So what I'm doing is, again, I hope Kyren has a good year. I'm not wishing anything bad. I like the guy. We're going to have him on the show. I'm not saying anything bad about Kyren, but I just don't feel comfortable because Kyren was hurt last year. And the fact that they drafted this guy, and this guy is just a really, really good football player. So in the case that Kyren does get hurt, or the fact that this might be a more of a 50-50 type split, I'm getting such a great talent in Blake Corum later, adding more depth to my already robust running backs on my fantasy roster. I just can't stop. Like, where he's coming off, I mean, this is a little bit, 11 to 12 is average. I see him coming off earlier. As news continues to break about him, or you see some sort of preseason hype, or he breaks up for a run, which is very viable based on his ability. Dude, this guy is going to probably rise ADP. I like him, man. I don't know. Something about me just keeps wanting to hit that draft button, smashing it, Tim.
I get it. I think this is a good one too. To me, these guys are same. They're about the same height, the same weight, the same everything. You can expect the same out of them. You do have to worry about Kyren's foot. Is it going to hold up? Is he going to play the full year? So it makes sense, man. And to get him at such a value, why not grab him? Absolutely.
That's what I'm thinking, man. That's really what I'm thinking. Is the value. So Blake Corum, love the upside, love the value, and you never really know. There's so much upside with him. All right, your guy here, Tim, and I like him too. Again, we're not going to fight on this one, but Jayden Daniels, which I spelt it wrong here, which we'll have to edit that in a second. There is an actual S in that, which we'll edit later. But Jayden Daniel with one L. If he does really well, we'll call his name right. So until right now, he's Jayden Daniel. ADP round 7-8. What's your fascination with this?
Listen here, the team may suck. The team themselves are going to suck. No doubt about it. But I would love to get him as my second quarterback. And in order to do that, that means I'm spending 2 fairly high picks on quarterbacks, right? Like if I can get a Josh Allen and then back it up with Jayden Daniels, I'm going to run over everybody in the league. Let's put it that way. So just personally for himself, he's going to do very well. He's a really good running quarterback. The throwing numbers should still be fairly decent, and he's going to get in himself a lot of touchdowns running. So God, it's so good. I just temper. Ooh, stay calm. But Jayden Daniels is definitely it for me.
He's a really good player. I like him as a backup with massive upside, top 5, top 10 potential. If you look at his college tape, the guy's a dynamic playmaker. He's a great player. Everybody gets a boost on that offense, right? They really do. I love Ben Sinnott as a sleeper tight end this year. Jayden Daniels, round 7 to 8 ADP. And what I just heard, actually, before we started recording this, Tim, is that he's hanging out. I saw him at the mall. I think they were at the mall with Brandon Ayuk, and there's all this offseason stuff with Brandon Ayuk potentially leaving the 49ers. That would be interesting if he ended up on the Commanders, but I don't know. I doubt it, but you never know. But they're hanging out. which
It
is
doesn't
something.
it doesn't mean much to me if that happens anyways. I mean, right now you're talking they've got 2 pretty damn good running backs right there, but
Yeah,
I'm not thrilled with their receiving core. So that's why I say, like, I think personally the team is gonna be kinda crappy, but I think Jaden Daniels is gonna be phenomenal. I would even take him as my 1 if I wanted to wait that little bit longer on a quarterback. I'd
I'm
love to
trying.
have him as my 2, but I would be comfortable taking him as my 1.
I can't find that picture right now, but yeah, man, he was hanging out. They were in the mall. I
Oh
saw it.
boy.
Came across my
Yay.
screen. How come nobody takes pictures of you and I at the mall, Tim? I think when you meet Tim and I go to the mall, you guys should take a picture. Tim, the bald guy, is seen with the counselor at the mall. I just want to hold. We could hold the peace signs
First of
like
all,
this.
I'm not a teenager. I don't go hang out at the mall, so I don't care. If you catch me at the mall, it's because I'm running into a store, grabbing my underwear, and running back out.
You should be at Walmart in the underwear. Maybe okay. So if you catch us at the underwear section at Target or
There you
Walmart,
go.
then you could take a picture. But can we do the peace sign when they take a picture of us, Tim?
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of like this.
Gotta throw it back.
All right, we'll move on to my next guy here, and this one's a good one. You ready to dive into this one, Tim? Are you excited?
No,
Okay,
no, I'm not.
I like this next one. Let's dive into it. All right, I love this guy here, Tim. Troy Franklin. I put undrafted by him, but he's coming off in leagues like super late. And what I love about him is the fact that everybody's sleeping on him. We got this amazing connection. This guy had over 1,300 yards last year in college and 14 touchdowns with the quarterback that's going to be starting on the Broncos. Potentially, who they got there, like Zach Wilson and Stidham. Dude, they don't even have anybody there. It's going to be the Bo Nix show. Bo Nix a little bit underrated. And he's got this is top receiver. And like Cortland Sutton's holding out. They got Mims there. They've got Greg Dulcich at tight. Like, I'm not concerned. Javonte, who can't really catch the ball in the backfield too well. Dude, Troy Franklin. All I'm saying is that there's huge value, like here, on a guy who is a 4th-round pick, and his quarterback is there. Okay, Tim, if you and I are in college and I throw to you all through college, or like let's say last season I threw you 14 touchdowns, there's a high probability that if you're on my team, that I'm going to look to you because there's a comfort level. Like all
Yeah.
I'm saying is like Troy Franklin, dude, like what a steal, dude. Like it's crazy how he's like nobody's talking about how much upside there is here.
There's definitely a good possibility, but to me, who cares? I don't see him getting high enough points to even make him that viable. Like he may have a good game or two, but I'm not
I don't
expecting
think so.
any. I don't think he's 200 points plus at all for the year, even.
I don't know. What if he becomes the next Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson? You never know. You
Possible,
never
but
know.
highly unlikely. I mean,
So
once again, for the draft capital that you're spending on him, who cares? Take a risk, that's fine. Sit him on the bench until you start seeing something, but I'm not thrilled either way. Bo
wide
Nix
receiver,
and Franklin.
wide receiver 79. And this kind of gives me that feeling of that Tank Del Nico. Like put it in perspective last year. CJ Stroud was completely under the radar. Nobody was drafting him. And then you had like Tank Dell coming off the same ADP where like Franklin's coming off and Nico Collins just above him. And now they're coming off rounds 4 and 5, which is ludicrous. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're getting like, and now you're just taking a chance on a guy who could be the next Dell or Nico, and you're getting him for free. Dude, I just can't stop drafting him. I have him on my rosters. And if it works out, great. If it doesn't, no harm, no foul. It's like, whatever. I got him for a great deal, but the situation, it just seems like the soil is just nice and moist, ready for planting, baby. This is gonna grow. This is
Yeah.
it.
To me, he's a bench warmer, yeah, until you see the scenarios and see it play out. If it starts looking good, then you're going to be so happy that you grabbed him.
Oh yeah, Troy Franklin. I can't stop drafting him. I can't do it. I can't stop. Somebody stop me. I'm addicted to Troy Franklin just to stash. Okay. And they say, well, Joe, you told us Quentin Johnson last year. Dude, I was so right about Quentin Johnson because I told you Mike Williams get hurt. I told you Keenan Allen would get hurt, and they both got hurt. Like Williams was out pretty much for the season, and Keenan Allen fell apart during your playoffs. It's just that Quentin Johnson didn't step up. The most important part didn't come through.
So he got the opportunity, but he just didn't do it.
Yeah, it kills me. But anyway, all right, next guy here is your guy, and I like him too, Dalton Kincaid.
Obviously, a front runner for the top tight end this year. You've lost Diggs, Davis. There's no real standout. I know you're going to talk about Keon Coleman. But all of these guys can be like, hey, here's your share, here's your share, here's your share. But the one guy that's coming back that can make it all happen is going to be Dalton Kincaid. I am seriously looking at him for tight end 1 this year.
Yeah, I mean, the upside's there, the talent is there, and definitely 100% avoidant targets. Like, someone's got to catch the ball, and Dalton has stepped up. I mean, Dawson Knox, if he comes back healthy, he's going to probably steal some touchdowns for sure. Who else is going to get the targets? I'm not sold. Maybe Shakir could step up. I'm not sold on Samuel being the guy. They might line him up. Who knows? As a running back, he did that before at the
Here's
Panthers.
the thing, though. Kincaid did well last year, even without touchdowns. So I think he only had 2 or 3 touchdowns for the year, but he had pretty good targets and receptions. I believe we're talking about 100 targets, 90 some odd. So it was a good year, man. And then, yes, take away Diggs and Davis and give a lot more of that work to Kincaid because he's already proven himself. And you've already seen good numbers from him, but he definitely needs an increase in those touchdowns if he's going to be a number 1 tight end.
Absolutely. Great volume this year, potentially. I do love Keon Coleman, just better value. You get the potential wide receiver 1 several rounds later. Sign me up for that. But Dalton Kincaid, great talent, great opportunity, and you're pretty much locked in at tight end, honestly. Unless Dawson Knox or something happens or comes in and gets more volume than you expect, but who knows? Who knows?
I don't see it happening. It's Kincaid.
Next guy here is like super late. Kamani Vidal, out of all people, like who, what, who? Dude, this guy was like a 6th round pick by the Chargers. And I don't care what anybody says. I'm not sold on either J.K. Dobbins or Gus the Bus Edwards. Kamani Vidal, if you go back and look at his college numbers, he was a beast. Like, he was a beast. Go look at his numbers. He was a workhorse in college. The guy can catch the ball in the backfield. He was a 6th round pick, and I know the draft capital isn't high, but maybe, just maybe, similar to Troy Franklin, you got something here. It's going to be a potent offense. They're going to be good. Now, mind you, Ladd McConkey's going to get more of the checkdowns. He's going to be a PPR machine, I believe. I do like Ladd McConkey. I do like Justin Herbert throwing the ball a lot, but I'm just not sold on Gus Bus being the guy. And this guy's prime. They got rid of Eckler. In comes this rookie who's got more upside than J.K. Dobbins, who can't stay healthy to save his life, and Gus Bus. So, Tim, I mean, look, I put ADP super late. Like just draft them with like your 17th pick on your bench. You know what I mean?
Pick them up off waivers, you know?
No, mind you, some people are drafted. I was in a 2K bind. He came off like, I don't know what it was, around 14 or something. So if you want them, people are looking for these guys that could emerge. So just be aware of that. So don't think that he might just not go on draft. Like people are aware of this guy.
Yeah,
you know?
To me, J.K. Dobbins, non-factor. Like you say, can't stay healthy. Not a big deal at all. Gus Bus, mediocre for 5 years. Last year was his best year. So people are like, oh, yeah, he can do it. Yeah. He's done it. You know what? Last year was only because of touchdowns. 13 touchdowns. That made Gus last year. Other than that, forget it. Never topped 1,000 yards. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty damn confident in saying that. I don't have it in front of me. I think it's like 800 and some odd is the best. So
that sounds right.
Not thrilled with him at all. There is definitely some potential here for Vidal. And for such a late pick, oh my God, this guy is a steal.
That's what I'm looking at. I'm just like, why not? I'm pulling up Gus Bus. I want to be right here. 810 yards was his peak year, which was last year, 13 touchdowns. Yeah. And you know what's funny, Tim? He had 13 touchdowns last year, being, again, it seems like because Lamar was back. He's always been on Baltimore, but look at this. Where is this? Numbers here. 2, 4, 10. It's funny. It took him 4 years to get 13 touchdowns. He got him again in 1 year. So 13 touchdowns in his first 4 years playing combined compared to 13 in 1 year. So that was like an anomaly type year for guys. So just be aware of that, like completely.
Absolutely.
Complete anomaly.
Stay away from that recency bias crap here because it ain't happening again.
And by the way, we would honestly be putting out guys that we can't stop drafting, like Bijan, like big names. I wanted to kind of pick out some names today here that just kind of are off the radar, are just like later kind of guys, so again, for a stash, why not? Just can't stop. I see him there. I'm like, I think of Gus Bus. I think of like Dobbins. I think of that offense. I'm like, dude, like, why not? Okay, last guy here. I don't like this. I disagree with this pick, but let's bring it up here.
I don't know all these people that are so against Thielen. You guys think that Deontay's coming in and stealing work from Thielen? You're freaking nuts. Deontay's been around Deontay's been around for 5 years and done dick. He's had one decent year, and that was in 2021 where he got 275 points. Adam Thielen has had 275 points like 6 times in his career. Like, come on. What are you people smoking?
dude.
He's
Like
going around
Thielen,
11 to 12, and he's a guaranteed 200 pointer.
but he's 100 years old though.
He's not 100 years old. He is getting up there, but he's still got a couple more years of viable playing time. He is, like I said, guaranteed 200 pointer. That's the way I look at it. So round 11, 12, picking up 200 points for sure. Man, you guys are nuts.
No, I don't
Friggin'
like.
Deontay Johnson. Get out.
I'd rather have Deontay, and apparently Bryce Young is looking better this year, is what I'm hearing, and that's what Adam Thielen was actually saying. So Adam Thielen is becoming like a mentor. It's like, yeah, you're looking better this year. So I
Throw
guess
me
that
the ball, man. You're
Yeah.
looking good. Throw it to me. I got you.
that's a
Gotcha,
good
brother.
thing. I guess that works in your favor from what I'm hearing for what you're saying here. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really. I like more upside guys. Like
In
guys
the
that
11th
have.
or 12th round. If you can
Yeah,
pick
oh,
up
yeah.
a solid 200 point getter, you guys are
So like a
drunk.
Troy Franklin could be like a top 5 wide
Could be.
receiver this year.
Could be. But Thielen
But-
is a guarantee.
No, but guaranteed to have those points, but never to be a top 10 again. That's the thing. I like to if I'm taking risks later, I'm taking it with upside. I'm swinging for the fences, and he's like a base hit. He's probably like a bunt.
I think
like
you guys are drunk, man.
He
I
is-
don't get it. He was wide receiver 17 last year, and all of a sudden he's dog crap because of piece of whew, I don't want to call anybody a piece of crap. That's not a nice thing to say. Deontay is not the answer. You guys are friggin' nuts, man. I swore, like in my notes, I swore so many times, and I'm holding back.
Yeah, and Deontay does have some problems with his hands. He's known to drop a lot of balls and have rock for hands, but I got a feeling that Adam Thielen sucks. He's in my suck list. I'm not doing it.
My God. This is a guy we got to put a bet on. This is you're going to wear a skirt and stand at a street corner.
Okay, I'm not confident he's going to bust. So what's the over under? We got to pick kind of what his over under is going to be.
I'm telling you right now, 200 points is a guarantee.
But that's not really good. What does that make?
Really? For around 11, 12, 200 points?
I want an upside guy. We just got to decide on a number of what he's going to finish in. So
I guarantee you 200 points. I guarantee you he beats Troy Franklin.
See, but 200 points would make him a wide receiver 35, 34, 30, like Jefferson was
that's a floor, dude. That's a guaranteed point.
Wide receiver 35. But he's going to finish there, but I don't want those points. I want upside.
He's not going to finish there. I'm saying that is his guaranteed number. He is going to be better than this. You guys are dreaming.
That's enough for me. Those are your 6 players: Blake Corum, Jane Daniels, Troy Franklin, Dalton Kincaid, Kamon Vidal, and his Adam Thielen, which I do not agree with. I just can't stop avoiding him.
Call me a sheep.
I think you're in the wrong. I think you're in the wrong episode. I think you misheard the text when I texted you today's show. I didn't say. I said players we can't stop drafting, not players we can't keep avoiding.
No, I'm drafting him all day long, baby. All day long.
I don't know, man. We should try to text him and tell him you got this man crush on Thielen or something. I don't get it. It makes no sense to me, but it is what it is. All right, guys, subscribe, thumbs up. Go grab the 16-round draft solution, guys. It'll put you light years ahead of the Kinshipsis, including Tim. Light years ahead of Tim. Use code SMASH to save. And that's it for today, Tim. Hope you guys are having a great day. We'll keep the content rolling. That's it. Fantasy's back.
Have a great Monday, everybody. And keep that feeling.
We're out, guys.